What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. We are your hosts, the Distorted Theorists, and we are here today to react to the newest trailer for 28, not days, not weeks, years later.
But before we do, Pete, as always, if you want to support our channel, we wholeheartedly appreciate it if you would just take 1 second, not 28 years, to hit that subscribe button, hit that like button. Let us know in the comments below. It's been a minute. This movie,
it's been
are you excited
years.
for it? Yeah. Well, not quite. I think it's been more like 14. But
no, I was 16, I think, when the first one came out. So that's been 21.
Well, since the beginning, maybe, like the first one. But how do we take, I mean, they've done 2 pandemic movies. What do they got to do here to amp it up, to bring it up and give, new viewers? Because, I mean, it's been a minute since the last one came out.
It's just I think people want to see where the rage virus is going, because obviously the first one was based around just the initial outbreak. Right. 28 weeks later was how people were dealing with what was happening.
The new life, so to speak. New life, new norm, as you will. And, I mean, it's worthy to note, well, this movie has come out since we ourselves, the human race, has experienced a pandemic. So do you think that'll carry any more weight to moviegoers in the theater?
No.
No?
Because this is different.
You don't think anyone's going to relate a little bit or get a little spooky?
I mean, if you want to look at it from that perspective, I guess. But, I mean, this is where the world ended. Ours didn't.
True. Not yet. But you know what? There's only one way to find out, and that is to get into the trailer, reaction, review, and breakdown for 28 years later, right now. Now, you did the first reaction solo, so this is my first real take on the new movie.
Well, there's supposed to be new critters and creatures in this, which is, I'm pretty sure, what these guys are looking at.
They've had time to fester.
Well, they showed that.
Oh.
Yeah.
Was that Aaron Taylor Johnson? Almost looked like him with a lot of hair and stuff.
Just a big Welsh guy, I think.
There were so many dead.
So many dead.
Infected and non-infected alike.
That's why our home is so precious.
Oh, they're on an island.
Yeah,
so
they're isolated. That's why they were able to figure it out.
You know, I feel he's a bit young.
He's ready, Jenny.
7, 6, 11.
See, you're getting all these the
Once you
masks
walk
and everything,
onto
like the
that
tribes. It's like
there's
Mad
no
Max.
rescue.
Yeah.
Moving up and down again.
No one's ever satisfied with peace.
And this, you can't. I'm pointing at the headphones in my ear, but this was what the same song that was playing or whatever it was in the original one.
Okay, so obviously there's going to be a horde coming from somewhere that we don't know.
Pound the bullets in the bandoliers.
So they've evolved, clearly. I feel like they're just...
They've evolved, or it's just a new thing that's...
There are many kinds of death.
And it could be people that are
better than others.
doing it to themselves, too. Right. That was a baby. Horrible. See?
Oh, that's creepy.
Boom.
This is a glorious day. A day of judgment.
Yeah. Which is exactly how the first one started, too, when he was in the church, when Cillian Murphy was in the church.
That was like blood gushing out of dude's mouth right there.
That's how the rage virus works.
You
You throw up blood and everything. From what I remember, I'm sure I got part of that wrong. Yeah,
Dots.
It's okay. It's not as grabbing as the first one was, because the first trailer basically kind of reminded you where you came from, or like, everyone down, just keep watching the telly.
Well, and also then blood hit the Teletubbies, because I seen that in your reaction.
But we've got they're showing more of the creatures this time, as opposed to the factions of the tribes or whatever you want to call them. We only saw a couple of people that were talking about, like, this is like, there's nothing you can really talk about. Like,
well, the thing is, I was just thinking, if this is 28 years later, you got to realize if they're on an island, let's say this is where the focal point remains, is that a lot of the kids on here don't even, like, this is their world, right? Yeah. So they don't even know what happened. But then you have characters possibly like Aaron Taylor Johnson, who was a young guy, he's in his 30s, I think, in the real world.
He's probably one of the kids,
right, that grew up, right? And then, of course, you probably have elders, etc. But I'm wondering, with the horde coming in the way that it did there, I'm wondering, what if someone knows this island exists, and they're like, how can we get the people off of there so we can take it over? Let's bring in a boatload of the infected, send them in, and we can clean up the aftermath.
Or it's just another mistake, because that's exactly how all this happened with the rage virus. I'm pretty sure, if I remember correctly, I need to go back and watch the 28 days and 28 weeks. But it was like, it was an accident, and then the monkeys went nuts, and then the rage virus got out. And then 28 weeks later, someone gets by a checkpoint. Like, it's a mistake. It's not like it's like hubris.
It's
is
like,
basically
I did it again.
Yeah.
This is like the third Home Alone, is what you're saying.
Yeah. It just keeps happening.
Well, but they're on an island. Like what? Like I'm trying to. I guess my brain is just running. Like what could possibly happen? I mean, it's not like. I mean, you've seen that wide angle shot where they're coming in. The island's not close to anything, so it would seem. So there's either a boat involved somewhere there.
We saw at the beginning that there was the military or whatever, someone that was spec ops or whatever doing their thing, and so they're involved in some way, shape, or form. We saw them running on the beach, so they're either getting to this island or they're getting back to where they came from and just going to get torn to shreds anyways. So, but what I'm thinking is happening again, it's another mistake that either these soldiers caused that basically upsets the horde, which is going to they're just going to like ripple effect into what Aaron Taylor Johnson and his little friend are doing. Yeah, because they're probably aware of all these skull towers. They're probably aware of the things that are evolving, because like obviously that thing's back is like bubbling or whatever, and he's getting ready to shoot the arrow.
The only other thing that I guess I'm looking at is when you look at the other movies, and you know the infected are very, you know, like us. They're built like us, we'll say, right? But then of course there was that scene there in this trailer where that someone gets ripped apart. No, the very decrepit one, like he's very sunken, as if he's been dead for or whatever for quite some time. So is there a chance that over time they still decay but are still alive? Maybe there's graves there. Maybe someone brought in some dead bodies, thought the infection was dead, like, you know, inside that body, and it roots that way.
Could. Yeah. Like
that's my distorted theory for today, I guess.
Well, my theory is that they're aware of all this happening, and again, it's just a mistake that's caused by those three soldiers. Cool. So they're running away, they're firing their guns, it sets everything off, and then. Yeah.
But you know what? This is just another movie to add to the list of the long list of films that are coming out in 2025. It's shaping up to be a great year, and already has been a great year. But ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us for a trailer reaction for 28 years later. As always, if you want to support the channel, we do appreciate if you would just take 1 second to hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, and leave us a comment down below. Do you agree with my theory, with his theory, or do you have one of your own? And with that, I am the real Jussy.
I'm Peter Parkour, and like we always say around here,
keep it real.